background behind you.
Lyrics in front
Yeah,
of me.
yeah, that's it. That's where I hang out these days in my imaginary world full of people. Where
Hmm.
both of you are on stage back behind me playing and everyone's
None of them
screaming.
socially distancing.
Wasn't that long ago
But
where that was considered a reasonably good night out.
Yeah.
you look like such a criminal now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
You ladies okay?
All right,
Yeah.
not too
Yeah,
bad.
good.
Could be better.
Could be better, could be worse. Just gotta look at it, gotta
I
look at it on both
mean,
sides.
the world is going to shit, so like, yeah, I'm fine.
I know, like the larger world is in chaos. My little personal bubble is pretty good, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which feels I feel guilty about sometimes.
No, I think it's good to maintain a bit of like sanity in your own bubble.
Yeah. Trying. Okay. Well, we're all connected. I can see everyone. I can hear everyone. I'm getting a bit of an echo somewhere, but hopefully that'll go away at some point.
It might have been me because I had an ear off.
Okay.
Nope, wasn't me. There it is again.
Was it me?
Could be me. I don't know.
Might.
Could be any of us, really. You never know.
Mm.
I
Definitely getting some echo someplace. Why is that?
don't know.
That's weird. I can't hear any echo.
Okay, maybe it's just on my setup. Okay.
I'm hearing it though, but yeah.
Uh,
So many
Who
things. So many
knows?
possible reasons for that.
do you mean echo or do you mean reverb?
Echo.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely an echo there.
That's weird. I can't hear that.
You know what? Maybe it's
Sometimes it's if a browser's open or I'm just closing
let me
another
check
tab.
and see, make sure my settings are all right.
Sometimes if you have another browser open, sometimes that can do it.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Let me check. I've just closed everything on my computer.
Okay. Maybe the
Oh, it
echo
went
seems
away.
like the echo went away. Yeah.
Wait,
No, it's still
it's
there.
still there.
It's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think I'm delayed, maybe. I don't know. That's
It
fine.
sounds. It's weird that I can't hear it though.
That is weird.
We could ask
I
the
think it must
audience
must be
if they
on
can
must
hear
be
it.
on Grace somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's just check one thing here.
Check, check.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. So it's on the multi-channel. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. Okay, we're back. We're back. This is our show number 31. Grace, I think we had you back on like so your return. Well, actually, both of you guys are back on.
Right on.
Didn't seem that long ago,
Yeah.
like we had you, but it was like 25 shows ago.
Yeah. They all
Yeah,
kind of run together, don't they?
my sense of time is completely distorted. I have no idea, but it does always feel to me like just before the live stream is about to start. So somehow Tuesdays come up very quickly for me now because that's when we're doing the show. It always feels like it's an hour before the show. It's like my little time warp. Anyway, what I want to share tonight. So we're doing this cool thing. Let's see if I can just get this to play. We're doing this cool event with Kitty Montague. Let me just see if we can get it up here. She's going to tell us about it. Let's see. Okay, hang on a sec. So yeah, so let's listen to Kitty here.
The exciting announcement is that I have teamed up with Camden Live and we are co-hosting a live stream gig on the 29th of November in aid of Paladin, a national stalking advocacy service protecting victims of stalking. We have an incredible lineup of artists, so keep an eye out and save the dates. I'll be announcing them in the coming weeks. I'm very, very excited for this. I think it's an incredible cause, and as a lot of you may have seen during the pandemic, cases around stalking and domestic abuse have massively risen, so it's incredibly important, and I'm hoping to get as many of you as possible involved.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So
Very cool.
yeah, no, Kitty's been an ambassador for Paladin, and we had her on the show a few weeks ago, and she was like, "Oh my God, I want to do this. How do you do it?" I said, "Hey, just sing. We'll do the rest." She's organizing. I think she said a group of about 9 different singers, and this group Paladin's been quite interesting. We had a few calls with them, and they do a lot of work with people who are stressed out by being stalked, and they work alongside the police to try to make it a more, an easier process for people who are having problems with stalkers. And of course, usually the stalkers have bigger issues than just chasing people around, so it's quite serious. And they get involved with some pretty heavy-duty stuff. So we're really happy to try to raise visibility for them and try to raise a bit of money also. So see how that works out.
It's amazing.
It's a really good thing.
Yeah, it's good. And I think everyone's home anyway, so we can't go out. So it gets dark here in London at about 4 o'clock. So it'll be.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Like, it's not raining.
Yeah.
It's like dark at like 3:30.
Literally.
And the days
Just
are
living in a
getting shorter and
cave.
shorter. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, winter's gonna be so hard.
Yeah. Hibernation mode.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what do I have? So let's. We got Grace. If you can play first, please.
All
So
right.
I have a nice little.
Yes, sir.
I have a little warm-up clip for you. Let me just get that fired up.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, a little surprise for you. A couple little surprises here for you.
You are the cowboy, I am the lonesome song. Gonna be in your head all night long. You are the cowboy, I am the setting sun. I'm one step ahead and already gone. Has the rope reached the end? Is it a noose? Is it a fuse? I'm hanging in suspense, and I don't want to fight it anymore. But I can't just walk out that door, 'cause I got to hold it together as long as I can. I can't let nobody in, putting up walls in a broken home. I think that I'm being buried alive, being buried alive. Can anyone
I love those clips. I love those clips.
Oh man, that first one was a couple hair colors ago.
Yeah.
That was
That's a
pretty
while
old.
back.
Yeah, and the other one made me really miss Calloway, my guitar player.
He's amazing, that guy.
So,
He's amazing. Just
yeah.
that slide guitar is just killer.
I miss
Yeah,
playing with a band so much.
yeah, I'm
So
sure. I'm
much.
sure. But hey, you've been at this for a while. What's different now than what you thought life was going to be like when you started that first video, whatever, 7 years ago?
Well, I had a lot less illusions, I think, than most young songwriters because my dad's been a songwriter
Right.
for 4 or 5 decades now. So I grew up with it and I sort of knew, that it's like it's a
Roughly.
Ferris wheel. It's a Ferris wheel, and sometimes you're at the top and sometimes you're at the bottom, and it just kind of goes around and around. And most people are lucky to make a living. And so I think I was expecting that. And that's been true for me. I've had some years that have been amazing and other years that have been really tough,
Right.
where I've almost given up a lot of times. So, but still here.
Good. Good. What would you say to people who are embarking on a career, young women in particular, because that's your experience. What do you
I have
what do you
so
throw out to
many
them?
tips. I have so many tips. Like, I remember when I met Lloyd Maines for the first time. He's Natalie Maines' dad, Dixie Chicks fame, and he produced their records and stuff. And the first thing he told me when I was like 22 was, always carry pepper spray, which is good advice. And also, always have somebody walk you to your car after the gig because you have a lot of gear and you have a lot of cash, and that's not a great combination for,
Right?
you
A lot of
know,
drunk people.
a lot of drunk people. Yeah, I mean, I got lots of tips, but I never drive too late after the bathrooms are closed. All kinds of things. Walmart parking lots are great if you need to get a nap because they're 24/7 and they have cameras. I don't know,
Okay,
bunch of stuff.
bunch of stuff. Yeah, these are very practical. You need like a little handbook.
Yeah. Dry shampoo is a good thing.
What was the most amount of nights you've been on the road, like in one tour?
Probably a couple months, probably like 2 months would be like the longest. But I think, yeah, this is by far the longest that I've been home,
Right.
for the past decade. Like I wasn't home for more than, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks at a time in the past like 10 years, like month tops for like some of the holiday months, December maybe.
Even when you're home, you're
So
playing in Austin. Is like,
yeah, even when I'm home and working. So
yeah,
yeah, it's been a change for sure.
yeah. A lot of people get to their house. You're like, wow, my house got a lot smaller since I've been in it every day.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, how you kind of notice all the dirt more
Right, all the
when
scratches on the
it's
walls and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Funny, I have like a list of little things I need to fix. Grease this, fix the
right.
doorknob. Like, okay, whatever.
I know. Keeps you busy though. Keeps your brain going.
I hope so. I hope so. Or else I'm just on remote control for a while.
Hmm.
So yeah. So other than that, how's the lockdown been for you?
Oh, it's been good. I mean, I've gotten to see my husband a lot, which has been nice. So we've sort of bonded and in a good way. And my dog is really happy about it. I've written a lot of songs. I've even written songs with other people over Zoom. It's been a very creative time. There's a lot of chaos in the United States, as you may have heard
We've heard. Yeah.
once or twice on the news. So I've been in the middle of that as well and trying to be active in the middle of that and not just kind of be a bystander in my own country's chaos, but try to be an active force for good as best I can. So that's taken up a little bit of my time. It's been a good distraction, I guess.
It's still kind of
But
hard.
it's really terrible.
Yeah, it's hard not to feel
Yeah.
like you're the passenger of some airplane that's like headed towards a volcano or something.
I mean, I've kind of felt that way since 2016.
Yeah,
Like from the first Muslim ban, from the first LAX protest I went to, I was like, this is not going to go well. And it hasn't.
it hasn't. I'm from New York, as you know. I'm from New York, and I knew it wasn't going to go well, and it's gone even worse than I expected. So
And you don't want that. Like you're rooting for it to all work out, but it's just gotten worse and worse and worse, and we're all just more numb to it. I feel like that's the only thing that's really changed.
Yeah, everyone's just it's hard to be surprised, but we're still surprised. Just
It's really hard to maintain, I don't know, like a fighting spirit about the world. It's important.
we need it though. We need it. It's the only way we're going to fix everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, do you feel like singing a few songs? Gotcha.
Yeah, always.
You got all got your makeup on, looking very very beautiful as always, and
Thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, well, should I just go ahead and start, or?
yeah. Why not?
All right. Why not?
Why not? I don't know.
I'm going to take these headphones off. That's what I'm going to do. So I can't hear you anymore. Sorry. But this is my latest single. It's called Drop Another Pin. And yeah. Walk with me to Citgo, or the Dairy Queen behind the railroad tracks. Pick mulberries off a tree. I've been dealing with no nothing Renfro, and I'm always just some new kid in the class. Braces and big feet. Packing up another childhood home, watching my grandparents get old. Drop a pin on the map when the wheels in the world in second hand all spin. Drop another pin. Try to take it like a photograph, like a well-worn path, like a good look. Take it all in. Drop another pin. 4 years in Mentone. Make a few friends, hide in the library stacks. Talk big in a small town. Bus then a plane to Yellowstone. Waiting tables, sending postcards back. Gotta get lost to be found. Throwing up graduation cap. Faces in a yearbook staring back. Drop a pin on the map when the wheels in the world in second hand all spin. Drop another pin. Whoa, you gotta take it like a photograph, like a well-worn path, like a good look. Take it all in. Drop another pin. Yeah, you are here. This spot, this year, this minute ticking down. Can you hear it like a heartbeat? Can you feel it underneath your feet right now? It's all we have. All we have is right now. Drop a pin on the map. Wheels in the world. Second hand all spin. So drop another pin. Yeah. Can you take me like a photograph, like a well-worn path, like a good look? Take it all in. Drop another pin. Drop another pin. Ooh. Drop another pin. Ooh.
Yeah, great.
Thanks. I put back on the headphones because I was like, I can't remember if there's banter or if I just keep going.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we a little banter is always good.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about you. I was getting organized for the show, and I last time I saw we had a whiskey together. So I
Mm,
a little early for you, but it's definitely okay for me.
My last gig. That was nice.
That was your last gig, wasn't it?
That was my last gig. Yeah. I flew home and then it was over for a while. But I started playing out a little bit. I have a mask. It's like a singer's mask, which is cool. And that makes me
Darth
feel
Vader, sort of
a
like
little better. Yeah. It looks like a giant duck bill, but it works. Doesn't get stuck in your mouth, and it's like it sounds good and stuff.
Okay.
And it makes me feel a little more protected, so I can say yes to a couple things. I have to say yes to a few things because
Yeah, of
I
course.
have to make some money. So
How
that's
does
been
that
good.
raise? But the venues are very limited, also, so it's hard.
Yeah, luckily there's been enough, like one or two per month, that it seems like recently have started to take it seriously, have things like outdoor events, social distancing, the correct distance between me and the fans, like, or really great airflow, or like machines that recycle the air every hour or a couple times every hour or whatever. So, people are getting better about it. I just don't take the gigs that make me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not.
But it's also hard to predict, because even if the venue does everything right, and even if I do everything right, the people that show up, that's kind of, you never know what's going to happen, especially, here in Texas, I have to say.
Everybody's carrying a gun.
It's just
so
sort
hard
of,
to argue with people as well.
well, I'm more worried about the mask thing. It's like,
Yeah.
some people are great about their behavior and others haven't been for months. So you just don't know what you're walking into.
You don't know, but I guess you got to take some risk, right? It's not like you can live
I
life
mean,
without
some of
risk.
us do and some of us don't. Like, I have to take a lot less than a lot of my friends, because I'm lucky my husband has a good job, so that means I can say no to a lot of things. I have friends that can't be that picky, and it's a tough spot to be in, for sure.
Yeah. We're going to do 6 gigs next year. We just organized them at a very cool venue in London, the St. Pancras Old Church.
Cool.
So, yeah, we're going to do one every month. So I'm just hoping like we can do them all.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's usually the venue holds 200 people, and now you can only put like 50 in it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Probably, I know it's like the one time that I'm like rooting for less people. Normally I'm really worried about turnout, but not right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So should I keep going here?
Keep going, yeah. Keep going.
All right. We're going to keep going. Well, I'll do something a little more upbeat. The last one was upbeat, but I'll do something additionally upbeat. I wrote this. This is just a voting anthem that I wrote for voting.
For voting.
And here in the U.S., we're done with voting, but
And it
except
worked.
if you live in Georgia.
145 million people voted, so I guess that was a good job.
We
for you.
did. We did. And I was
Yeah, it
really
was,
proud of Georgia in particular. Yeah. Which is where I spent half my childhood growing up
that's
in,
right,
was
that's right,
Atlanta.
of course. Yeah.
So it was pretty cool to just kind of watch those numbers come in and see, Stacey Abrams and all her hard work, and just thinking about all of my classmates growing up and just changing the country is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It came down to like the county that I grew up in. It's like
Floyd
very
County.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're in DeKalb, but it's right there.
That's right in the area. Amazing.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So anyway, I wrote this voting anthem, and there's still some runoffs happening in Georgia. So I'll send it out to anybody with any friends in Georgia. Maybe send them the stream.
Make them vote.
Tell
Make
them to vote. All right. We can build an anti-racist world with this machine. Make a better future for women and girls with this machine. Love who we want, open the doors, no more walls here anymore. Kill the fascism, win the war with this machine. This machine, these hands, these feet. This machine, these people, these streets. Hate and fear will not defeat this machine. This land is yours, this land is mine, this machine. For you and me and by design, this machine. So cast it on a ballot, write it on a sign, shout it from a 10-hour voting line. This land is yours, this land is mine, this machine. This machine, this voice, these strings, this machine, this song I sing. We the free, let freedom ring from this machine. This machine, these hands, these feet, this machine, these people, these streets. Hate and fear cannot defeat this machine. Yeah, and 2020's about to meet this machine. Shit, I'm gonna keep going, I guess.
Yeah, or keep going. That's your account.
All right, because I don't really have. I'd rather just play this next one.
Yeah,
I mean, I could come up with an intro, but I sort of wrote the song to let the song do the talking. You know,
Yeah.
like sometimes you feel like you have something you want to say and you can't quite say it, and so you write a song. You know what I mean?
You do. I don't.
But yeah, that's what I did. And if you like it, you can go to colorchange.org and donate, and that would make me happy.
Okay.
But this is my second to last single. This is called White Noise. It's one I wrote during the pandemic. All right. White sheep safe in the herd. One black sheep lost, we don't say a word. But God's looking down on his child on the pavement, leaving 99 behind for the one that needs saving. Can't say that you love your neighbor. Can't say that you love me. Can't say all lives matter. He can't breathe. Say his name if you use your voice, and don't just add to the white noise. Shouts in the hallway, they break down the door, and Breonna Taylor is dead on the floor. And she could have been a nurse if she hadn't been another one. 8 shots fired from an officer's gun. Can't say law and order or the land of the free. Can't say all lives matter. She can't breathe. Say her name if you use your voice, and don't just add to the white noise. What have you done? Where is your brother? Ahmad and Eric, Trayvon and George. What have you done? Where is your brother? Not one more, not one more. Can't say law and order or the land of the free. Can't say all lives matter. They can't breathe. Say their names if you use your voice, and don't just add to the white noise. Don't handle the white noise, white noise. Cool. That applause effect is really nice. I like that.
Yeah, we all know it's fake, but it still gives you a bit of a rush.
But it still works. Still works for me. All right, well, I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna not talk because I feel like I'm probably running low on time here. Is that cool, or am I out of time?
No.
What? I don't even know how long.
Relaxed.
All right.
We're relaxed. No problem.
Okay.
You can. Let's relax. There's no timer. No timer tonight.
Okay. I don't want to cut in anybody else's time. All right, I'm gonna do one more.
Okay.
Yeah. This is going to be a new single on my record, and I'm going to dedicate it to my friend Rachel Reese, who I wrote it about. It's called Oklahoma. Designer jeans, sunglasses, your Oklahoma breezing in. Got your makeup on and what it passes for a never known trouble grin. No one would ever know, ever know. You don't tell them so, tell them so. Your life's been a lifetime movie. Your life's been a country song. It's been a fight just to keep on moving, proving the bad hands wrong. It's been tooth and nail for any good thing, throwing back every punch life throws you. Things that the nice folks don't speak of. When blood was thicker than tears, rolling into the reunion like a thundercloud, just to show them that you're still here. And now you're headed out for higher ground. Yeah, you're pushing 80, blowing town. Your life's been a lifetime movie. Your life's been a country song. It's been a fight just to keep on moving, proving bad hands wrong. It's been tooth and nail for any good thing, throwing back every punch life throws you. Oklahoma, 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 born and bred, ready to run. Oklahoma, and everyone said, forgot where she came from. You never will you? Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Oh, stop. No, keep going. I know it's
I
not real,
love that
but
sound.
it feels
That's so
real.
good. So good. Wow, that's a hell of a song.
Thank you.
I mean, your voice is so strong. I mean, does it you get tired, or do you have to like take a day off? It just seems like
It does get tired. Yeah.
wow, really great.
Thank you.
I was gonna beg you to play one more song though. Is that
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, sure. I didn't want to cut in. I think, is it just the two of us instead of
yeah,
three?
yeah, no, and yeah, we had Naya Grace actually was going to join us, but she
Right.
unfortunately couldn't make it. So it's just
Oh,
me
dang.
and Flo.
Man, I listened to both of y'all. You're both so good. And
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to hearing
Yeah,
us
Naya's
both of you,
really,
but
yeah.
Naya too, yeah.
Yeah, she was in the UK, then had to go back to the US, and some problems.
Gotcha.
Hopefully, everything.
Is she from the US?
She's from Seattle, but she spent a lot of
Oh,
time
cool.
in the UK.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll keep tabs on her in my own time. But at least me and Flo are here.
Yay.
That's no discount. We're very happy to have both of you. So
Still a good night. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of what to play. That little echo's distracting the hell out of me.
yeah, sorry about that.
Shut up! I was just talking to myself. It's not your fault. I feel like every webcast, there's always some kind of a weird
There's
thing
always
that
something
happens.
weird. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't understand how it all works, to be honest, because there's so many
I think
things plugged in between you and me, and somehow it all works. So
somehow, yeah. And then you can have the exact same settings, but then like for some reason it's just different that one time,
Right.
you know? And last time everything worked, and this time it doesn't. It's unpredictable. Well, I'll do a new song.
another new song. Wow.
This is-
a night full of new music. Exciting.
Yeah, well, this one is not technically new, but we haven't been playing it out. It's a Nobody's Girl song that we wrote a lot of months back and put on a record that was supposed to come out this summer and is going to come out next summer. So this is a song called it's called Birthright. Change the name. Okay, I'm going to give it a try.
All right.
Always like to do, one of the Nobody's Girl songs if I can.
Yeah, that's a great
Give a
idea.
shout out to my band
Yeah.
with Betty Sue and Rebecca Loby. Number one mom, handing out water on the sidelines to the team. Right there, yelling in the bleachers when they crown my sister queen. Right there in every photo online I've ever seen. Number one mom for new family, but left me when I was 3. What do you do? What do you do with that? My dad put his father's bronze star in a case on the nightstand. But most of what his daddy gave him was the back of his hand. He was a war hero and a real fair boss and a church-going man. The bruises fade, but it never stops hurting where the punches land. And what do you do? What you just started to scratch those answers to the questions you don't know how to ask yourself. How do you carry what you can't give back? Oh, you've inherited after the fact. What do you do? Your family came to this country in chains, to a place that didn't care where they were from and that tried to erase their names. And my family still lives on the land we bought with blood and pain. When our kids start asking, what do we tell them? How do we explain that right beneath the surface you just started to scratch those answers to the questions you don't know how to ask yourself? How do you carry what you can't give back? Oh, you've inherited after the fact. What do you do? What do you do with that? Okay. They were just waiting because they didn't want to like offend me, so they were being polite. They were just in shocked silence, and then they busted, erupted into spontaneous, unplanned applause.
So what's the plan with that band? Are you guys, what do you got going on?
Well, we're hoping that we can tour again. We all have kind of, it's a 3-person harmony intensive trio, so it's 3-person trio, duh.
Right.
But, it's sort of dependent on the harmony part and on us being able to be in person where there's no lag over the internet.
Yeah, of course.
And we all have various different health and family situations, and some of us are doing more outdoor events than others. Some of us are not doing any at all. So, really we're not, we want to be together again in person, but I think we're going to have to wait until there's a vaccine that's available. So in the meantime, we're doing a lot of webcasts. We do one on the first Friday of every month. And yeah, we have a different special guest. We usually partner with one of our favorite listening rooms in the country. And we got a record coming out in July. And I have my solo record, my first solo record with Empress Records, coming out in May. So I think everybody's just kind of crossing their fingers. Yeah, we're just sort of hoping that
springtime is gonna
summer. We just keep holding out for the next season. And in the meantime, doing lots of different kinds of shows. I'm playing at Green Hall, actually right after this. I'm going to get in my car and drive there. And it's an outdoor gig at the oldest dance hall in Texas, which is pretty cool. With Blake Henley, I believe, and Brian Pounds in the round, and then an actual live gig, yeah. And then I'm doing a thing on I think it's let me look at my calendar over there across the room. It's on the 20th, and that is a webcast through my Patreon, patreon.com/Grace Pettis, and my special guest is Tom Prasad Rao, who is one of my favorite songwriters. So it's going to be a great show. Yeah.
Good. Well, you came.
So that's what I got going on.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, cool.
Doing what I can.
No, thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure to see you and hear
you too, man.
Singing and songs and
I wear that shirt you sent all the time.
Oh, the Camden shirts. Yeah, nice.
But what's funny about it is like ever since the Biden debates, everywhere I go, people think it says "come on." They're like, "Come on,"
Come on,
Everybody
come
thinks that, and I'm like, I'm fine. I don't correct them because I want a shirt that says that.
Right. Maybe we'll make those next. That sounds like a good idea. Cool. All right. Well, I think for anyone who expects us to talk about Star Trek tonight, we're sorry to disappoint them because we had you singing rather than talking about our favorite show.
I should have you on my podcast.
I'm ready.
And then you can
talk about Trek.
we can talk about it for like an hour.
Okay. That's cool. How you doing out there, Flo?
Hey, good. It's nearly my bedtime.
Oh, come on.
What are you trying to say?
You're good till at least 10:30. Come on, we know that.
I'm not a gigging musician anymore, am I?
That's right.
I'm not going out there. Just go straight to bed after this.
Knitting or something.
Exactly. Doing good. Yeah, that was
Okay, well,
wonderful.
do we wake you up? Are you ready? You ready to sing a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm totally ready. Yeah. Are we doing a little chat now, or should we do it after
You're worried about
I
the
stop
chat,
playing?
though.
Or...
You're worried, we can
Yeah,
chat.
I am a bit.
You're a bit.
I am a bit actually.
Oh, but come on, you're very funny.
To get that out of the way.
Okay, let's get it.
Just ask me everything you need.
How are you? How are you?
How am I?
Yeah, it's a kind of open-ended question.
It's a really big question. I'm doing well, despite the world like kind of rolling to shit. But yeah, I'm I'm doing quite well. I'm in the midst of recording my second album. And I've just released a single. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I've just released a single with an artist called Pilgrim's Dream, called Life Lives Inside.
Right.
And it's doing really well at the moment. It's on lots of BBC radio shows.
Oh wow.
And so it's actually been really busy, surprisingly. So I think if I had some gigs at the moment, I think that would be a little bit overwhelming for me right now. But yeah, no, I think it's I'm doing good. Yeah.
When was
how
your
about
last,
you?
When was your last gig?
You have to ask me you have to answer how you're doing now.
Am I doing? I'm great.
Yeah.
Look, I get to hang out with you two tonight. So how much better is it get to
Aww. And there's loads of people behind you.
They're not.
Exactly.
It's just fake. Like it's like the.
You're not meant to say that.
It's just like
No, they're all just standing really still.
the green screen.
You're not meant to say that, and yeah, just ruined it for everyone.
So I don't want the police to come in and give me a summons for illegally.
Yeah.
assembling or
No one's
something.
socially distancing.
Right.
The illusion is gone.
That's right. What are you doing? How do those people get in your house?
And why do you have such a big house? You really don't need a big house that big.
Should just have concerts in your house. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's a so far soundscape.
Right. Okay. I got an intro clip for you. You can play this. We'll chat.
No, don't do
you want
it.
Here we go.
Too late.
If I tried, I can be fickle and blind, mindless and kind, when nobody knows I'm a delicate rose. I could be empty and full, I can be hollow and sweet, cocooned in the womb, when the days last forever. I remember the moon will fill me up and get me to the sea, and let everything touch me. Will fill me up and get me to the sea, and let everything touch me. Mine. So I put up a smile and denied for some time. Love me, that's all. 'Cause I don't have the courage to be vulnerable. as the river and cold as the night. She traveled so far, there's nowhere to hide. And cold as the winter and cold as the night. She traveled so far, there's nowhere to hide. She can only glide. She can only glide. She built a house out of stone, but when the wind blew it down, well, her breath was her home. It's the courage which carved out her face. It's the love within grief that moved through her with grace. Love me, that's all. Love me, that's all.
Yeah, we could have played all that song. That's really a great song.
Great.
Really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like it has that feeling of like some ethereal poem. You know, it's like just painting like images. It's a really beautiful song.
Aw, thanks.
But you're a big reader, so the first one, you know, you got to like.
Am I?
I don't know. I mean, you were surrounded by books.
We can
yeah, I guess
tell
I
by
am.
the bookshelf behind you.
I just like buying books, but I never really read
Okay,
them.
yeah. I'm sort of. Like
Oh,
that.
cool.
They smell good.
What to say about that? Tell us, so, how did you get into music? So your background is a bit unusual.
How did I get into music? Every time I explain this story, I feel that it kind of slightly changes. But I guess I remember certain things. But my first memory is of my dad cradling me while Stevie Wonder, Isn't She Lovely, was playing in the background. And yeah, I think it was my dad that really brought music into my life. We would always be playing music in the house. Both my sisters also play instruments. And we'd go on road trips and always be playing like 07 and Buena Vista Social Club and like just music from around the world. And so I was kind of introduced to like a huge range of music from a really young age. I started playing cello at 5. And then I taught myself guitar and
The cello's kind of a big
piano.
thing. Like when you're 5, how do you play a cello? It's like some.
Yeah. I mean, my cello was definitely bigger than me. But I didn't give up, carried on. And I think that gave me the basis for learning other instruments. So it's quite a good foundation, really.
Where did you actually grow up? Here in the UK?
Yeah, I grew up in London.
Okay.
Mixed heritage. And yeah, so I grew up like with a lot of music playing and a lot of music around me, and then I went to uni. I studied music there, and then I quit and I ended up busking around the world, and that's kind of how I got. Yeah, I mean, I started writing music when I was about 8 years old. After hearing Alicia Keys' first and second album, that just like blew my mind.
Same.
It's just so good. I'm not entirely sure what she's doing with her music now, but I think her first and second album.
She just put out a single with Brandi Carlile that is amazing.
Oh, is it? I haven't heard it yet, but I definitely, yeah, just her first and second album, just so close to my heart. So good, such good soul, you know, the harmonies, really good. And then I listened to Laura Marling, and I just had all these different influences around me, and yeah. And then I had a band when I lived up in Leeds for a few years, and we would gig around Yorkshire, and so I've released an album and an EP already. So yeah, that's kind of my story.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good story. That wasn't such a hard question to answer.
Nah, it was easier than I thought.
Well, you can sing now if you want. I'll stop
Oh,
interrogating.
thank God that's over. Bloody hell. You took your time.
So
Right.
I have that kind of journalistic instinct to delve into things. I'm resisting not to
Right.
torture you tonight.
Thank you. Right. This song is called Slowly Unfold, and it is a song from my new album. I thought I'd just jump straight in
Yeah,
there.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
She painted brown, she painted blue and green, she painted pictures of her family that were never seen. Though when she passed 19, she painted brown, she painted blue and gold, she painted pictures of the stories that were never told. Though they would slowly unfold. Though they would slowly unfold. Though they would slowly unfold. Though they would slowly She took her time, she stayed up late at night, she had her father's hand, she wrote so she could understand. Though, well, she'd never really know. She swam away, she's learning Frankel in the day, she had her mother's knee, she never really cared to please. Though she would slowly unfold. Though she would slowly unfold. Though they would slowly unfold. Though she would slowly unfold. Though she would slowly She painted brown, she painted blue and green, she painted pictures of her family that were never seen. Though when she passed 19.
Yeah.
Where's my clapping? I can't hear all those people clapping.
Oh, where are they?
Disappointed.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. So nice of you. It's nice that there's no booing.
I can play that if you want.
Oh, can you? No, don't do
No,
that.
I
That
would
would be
not- I
really
would
mean.
not do that.
That would be
It's like-
so mean.
That would be terrible.
Get some dogs barking or something.
Like,
Mind a dog. Really like dogs. You put your hands over mine, but we were still afraid, wearing your breath as you sighed, but we were still afraid, but we were still afraid. We're young, but we're going back in time, when we were going out to play. We're young, but we're going back in time. We lived with an innocent rage. Hand over mine as we paved, but we would sleep, cooked up the chaos that we made, and we would eat. The future's closing in, but we found shade, but we were still afraid, but we were still afraid. We're young, but we're going back in time, when we were going out to play. We're young, but we're going back in time. We lived with an innocent rage. We will stay close together. Could have had fun forever, though, but was not afraid. We're young, but we're going back in time, when we were going out to play. We're young, and we're going back in time. We live with an innocent rage. Ow. Oh god. That's
Man, they're going
hilarious.
crazy out there.
You were. They're crazy.
It's so good that you can do that. I'd love to hear other sounds that you have going there.
I'll work on that. I just got applause. I could do like bird whistles or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to upset the cat though. Every time there's a bird on TV, the cat goes crazy.
Aww. Right. She took a spade. Well, she's digging away through the sand with the hope that she'll find a new land. Old days. She's biting her nails. Well, she's anxious at times, but remembers the tales Grandma lived in Baghdad, collecting new things. Grandpa tells of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. Of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. She couldn't bear the taste of Mum's tea. Oh, it runs through the roots of her family tree. Old nights as she's drifting away, hold on to the stories it hurt them to say. And Grandma sings of a life lived in Baghdad, collecting new things. And Grandpa tells of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. Of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. Of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. She imagined the mountains, her favorite sweets. She imagined the place she'd rather be. She remembered her father, who said she was brave. Those dark brown eyes, those worn, torn feet. And Grandma sings of a life lived in Baghdad, collecting new things. And Grandpa tells of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. Of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. Of a life lived in Baghdad that she never had. That she never had. And breathe.
I love that song. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, really great song.
Oh, thank you. That's about my family, my Iraqi side of the family, and it was mainly about my grandparents who didn't really talk about their upbringing. It's all a bit like under the carpet, and I think that song was coming from a place of like wanting to know the stories and to connect with my roots.
Right.
Yeah, it's so important. You got to get it while you can, you know? Like maybe interview them, get your iPhone out and stuff. We did that with my husband's grandmother before she passed away, and it was really important. And my grandfather too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit
You got to
late for
get
that.
those stories. Oh no!
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. It's not actually not funny.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
I can ask them in their grave. No,
I'm so sorry. Wow.
totally fine.
Wow.
You told me you hadn't been.
It's a
back to-
beautiful song.
You haven't been to Iraq. You've never been.
No, you asked me last time. No, I haven't been to Iraq. No.
Or to
I mean,
the
I'd
other
love to
side
go.
of
I'm
your
sure
family
it's really
from
beautiful.
Belarus.
Yeah,
Have you been
my
there?
dad's side. No,
Cool.
I haven't.
You're-
I would
you're
love
just
to.
You're an English girl. You're just like.
I'm just a Brit now. I was born and raised in London,
Right.
and my identity is confused like every other person. But yeah,
That's a good
it's
thing,
been
yeah.
really interesting to explore my roots, and I think it really definitely comes out in my music in different ways.
Yeah, there's something amazing about actually connecting with that. My father's side, my grandfather was born in Ukraine, or it was Russia, but now it's Ukraine in Odessa, and I had a chance to go back there, and it was of course a totally different place 100 years later, but it was still very interesting, and many of the ideas that I had, now you could actually see places and feel it, and walk down the streets where he walked, and go
For
down to the
sure.
beach where they went, and it was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really important to try and connect with your roots.
Yeah, because we're all just like, people really aren't from anywhere. We're all traveling around. We're all mixed up with different stories and threads.
Yeah, it's also
Like,
easier for some of us to connect to our roots than others.
yeah, of course.
Sure,
But
definitely.
that's very cool. Did your mom grow up in England?
Yeah, both my parents were born in London. My mum is second generation, sorry, first generation here. So I'm
Cool.
second generation. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So when your grandparents grew up in Iraq, it was really a totally different thing going on over there.
Totally. Yeah, wow.
So actually, it gets a bit complicated. So my granddad was born in Burma. His family migrated from Iraq to Burma. So
Wow.
when the British went into Iraq, shit went down, to put it bluntly,
Yeah, sure.
and a lot of people left and went to a lot of Jewish people, because both my parents are Jewish. They went to Burma for work, and so yeah, my granddad was raised there, and then when the Japanese invaded, they got the last boat to India, and then they
Wow.
found their way to London after jumping from one country to
Like,
the
like
other.
incredibly, like how do you go from India to London with like the world
I
in
know.
chaos? Yeah.
It's mad.
What a
It's so mad.
yeah. I'm always amazed by like
That's
immigrant stories. Like they're always
yeah.
like harrowing and like courageous and just what is it like being, a grandchild of that history? Do you feel like you have a lot to like live up to or
Did you say to live up to?
yeah. Like
To
your
live
parents
up
and your
to.
grandparents that your grandparents had this amazing brave adventure and I don't
I mean,
know.
I don't know if I necessarily say that they had fun because
No.
They were
they
chased.
were like running
Yeah.
from bad people. But yeah, I would say that admire how far they got and what they created for themselves despite how little they had. I think it's pretty amazing, really. I would say that there's a lot of intergenerational things that kind of continue within the family because of how much suffering there was in the past, and that is something that I think people of my generation are kind of realizing and working through, and yeah, I could go into that a lot
Yeah,
more.
yeah. No, I'm sympathetic to that because, as I said, my grandfather came from Odessa, and no one really understands how they got from Odessa to New York, but they somehow did it. They must have walked across Europe to Germany where they caught boats. And in New York, they reconstituted Odessa in New York again because there were so many Jews coming from Odessa into New York. So they had all this stuff, but of course it was very difficult for them, and they had to work with their whatever families. They found some way to make a living and exist. And I think from our side, we always respected how strong they were to overcome all of those challenges. And of course, Jewish people had many more challenges. So our family, although difficult,
Right.
was certainly not, the scale of things was not so bad at all.
I mean, it's all relative.
Of course, it's all relative,
Stuff
right?
all this.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
was it was clearly very tough, right? But I think as I got older, we began to realize that in as much as they were strong and overcame things, they also had some pretty weird ideas about a lot of stuff. And like
I'd love to know those weird
yeah,
ideas.
my cousins and I talk about like, God, why did they think all that stuff, and like how weird was that, and like why do we think this now? Like we
This
got
is
these things and we have to unravel all of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
I used
song
to
that I
get
played
really
about that. Oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
used to get really
I was gonna,
excited about going to my grandparents, and there was like sweets and chocolates and like every cupboard you went into, and I'd be like so happy about that, and I'd be like, this is amazing. But I only kind of realized when I got older that actually they're like storing loads of food in all their cupboards. And that took me some time to get to understand, because it was just a very happy memory for me.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother never threw away aluminum foil because of World War II. So they just were used to having to conserve everything. And that song we wrote, the Birthright, I wrote with Rebecca Loby and Betty Sue, is about generational inheritance, like the things that we don't ask for that we are given from the generations that go before us. And some of it good, some of it bad, like just this mixed bag and unpacking it.
They say that memories can be somehow passed across your DNA, which is kind of trippy. So some of these memories that people have, obviously before they had children, right, because the DNA would.
Well, that explains a lot.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I wouldn't mind a glass of red wine right now.
I finished my whiskey. Also, I got one left.
Oh God!
It's too early.
All right, Flo.
No, it's too late. Bedtime. All right. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna play one more track. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm young, then I'm old again. Well, I've suffered the waves that I just can't explain. Why I'm here, why I long to be near, 'cause I'm sensitive. Oh, my skin's feeling dry, oh, I'm sensitive. It was the longest goodbye. Oh, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like this. And hold up your head, child, this will pass. Hold up your head, child, this will pass. And if I could, would I try to love every day? And if I could, would I give up holding on anyways? And if I could, would I try to love every day? And I'd give it all. Would I give up holding on anyways? Well, I'm young, then I'm old again. Well, I've suffered the waves that I just can't explain. Why I'm here, why I long to be near, 'cause I'm sensitive. Oh, my skin's feeling dry, oh, I'm sensitive. It was the longest goodbye. Oh, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like this. And hold up your head, child, this will pass. 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 And if I could, would I try to love every day? And if I could, would I give up holding on anyways? And if I could, would I try to love every day? And I'd give it all. Would I give up holding on anyways? Well, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like this, and hold up your head, child, this will pass. Hold up your head, child, this will pass. Hold up your head, child, this will pass. Hold up your head, child, this will. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it now.
That track had slightly different pace to most of your other songs. That's a little, I don't know, it felt different somehow. Was there something, I don't know, what were you thinking about?
Yeah, last year I was working as a children's emotional well-being worker, and I did it for about a year, and I met all these, I was working with all these children and young people, and I think this was a song for them. It came from a place of I could do the best that I could do at work, and other than that, all I could really say was hold up your head, child, it will pass, because literally what they were going through is just so awful. And even though it's quite uplifting, it came from a place of, I guess, kind of hopelessness, not really knowing what else I can do, and really wanting to be able to. So it's also, I guess, for myself as well as the young people.
Yeah. It definitely feels like an upbeat song, so it's interesting that.
Yeah.
Difficult circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that, because actually, when it comes to music and emotion, I find that when I write music that sounds a bit more nostalgic and melancholy, that can often come from a place of joy. And then the same the other way around. Right. So it's interesting how music can kind of flow out of you, and where it's coming from for each person.
Cool. I'm so glad you have a good mic tonight. Last time we had you on the show, we couldn't hear you that well, so it makes it.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I've got a little home studio now, so that's good.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, it's changed my life big time. Spend a lot of time recording music, writing. So it's really helpful.
It's amazing what you can do now just with a good mic and a computer. It's like you got more
I
power
know.
than the guys who went to the moon the first time.
Well,
It's true.
I mean,
they weren't writing a lot of songs up there, but
I wouldn't mind being the first female musician on the moon. That would be great.
well, that'd be cool. You get like a little
Yeah,
spaceship
they
for your
haven't had any
cello.
musicians on the moon. Okay.
I want to be like the resident, musician in the bar on the first colony in Mars. Like how they have like that one
Nice.
person that plays all the standards. There's some old grizzled piano player, just like play all of me
Just
in
like a
D flat or whatever. That's C. But
The grumpy
Sure.
man on the piano on Mars.
Maybe
Yeah.
on Mars, though, you get younger, so you could just do that forever. You could, maybe like there'll be some
Okay.
weird effect where you stop aging or you get stronger or something. Who knows?
Wow. Your hair would suit Mars.
what's that? My hair?
Your hair would suit Mars.
I really know how to. What is that? Is that
Just I thought
like? Is that a compliment? I can't tell.
I thought that Mars was like supposedly red, no? Like kind of orangey red.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Red
gotcha.
planet,
Gotcha.
Red planet. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I don't know
where-
what my hair would suit.
what's that mean?
Well, thank both of you so
Okay.
much for playing such lovely music. It's been a really good Tuesday evening.
Thanks for having us.
No, it's
Yeah,
Your
it was
turn.
fun.
my
You can
great
sing us a
pleasure.
little song now.
You definitely don't want to
Yeah.
hear
Ready, go.
that.
Yeah, come on.
I'm
Oh,
definitely.
come on. Okay, fine.
I can only say that my interest in music is exponentially inversely proportional to my ability to do anything about it.
Well, then I guess it's good for all of us that you continue to not play music.
Right. Exactly.
Thanks for that.
I'm still waiting to hear you play. I'm not going to give
It's
up on
not gonna
that.
happen. I'll need a lot of cello lessons before I can play.
I've shipped it to the moon, so no cello for you.
Do you play cello a lot on your live streams?
So I don't play it on a live stream. I usually play cello for the recording. So for the album that I'm going to be releasing in January,
Oh, nice.
I've played a bit of cello on there, and I played on my single, and I played on my whole of the first album that I did called Cocoons, and my EP. So basically all of my recordings I've played cello on.
It's an incredible instrument. Incredible instrument.
It is. It is. I think it's the most kind of human sounding instrument.
Yeah, like
There's a
it has
melancholy
like
feeling about it.
animalistic sounds come out of it. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. But I always wish that I played something a bit smaller. It's a bit of a trek.
Do you ever see this great French film
not easy.
about Gerard Depardieu plays the father of two girls, and they become cello. I'm pretty sure it's a cello or some instrument that looks a lot like a cello, and they play. It had been a very boring way of playing the cello, very kind of composed, and they play the cello with some great energy, and it was considered obscene and outrageous. But and then of course they have some terrible situation because of how they're sent out of the community for the way they played the cello. It's like phenomenal movie. It's great. I'll dig it out because it's.
Yeah, I'd love to know the name of that.
Yeah, it's really great.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really an amazing film about. I'm pretty sure it's a cello.
Yeah,
Something that looks a lot like a cello. What else? What would look a lot like a cello? It isn't cello.
What if it's a double bass? People do get confused with double bass and cello, and I'm like, no, double bass is significantly bigger.
No. It's,
Yeah.
It may not be the cello, but it's a lot like a cello, like some other instrument.
Yeah, I've always wanted to smash my cello up. I mean, I know that sounds really bad, but it's just, I don't know, it looks so smashable, because they're so delicate. And there's something about it. I just want to go, rah, and just
Like a rock star moment. Just you're on stage.
just like on stage,
Probably lift it and not be able to get it up. Just be like,
like a £5 million cello, just go, rah. Not that my cello.
I wonder
comes
if
out, but yeah.
do you think Yo-Yo Ma would do something like that? Like at the
Oh my God, I
Carnegie
would
Hall,
love
just,
to see him do that.
"Ah."
Absolutely. I think I'd be really inspired if he did that.
I would too. That'd be baller.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen anyone do it before. It's kind of like how I've always wanted to put my face in a cake. Okay, I'm just going to stop talking now.
Or like a pie. The pie thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But you want to do it to someone else's face.
But people always say, they'd be really annoyed if like someone put a pie in their face. I'd be really happy about it. I'd be like, thanks.
But on the
Shove
plus
it in my
side,
face. Do your
pie.
thing. Yeah. Depends what kind of pie. Anyways.
Exactly.
right. I've run out of questions for both of you, so
It's a shame you couldn't crowd surf on that crowd behind you. It just
lay
looks
back.
so crowd surfable. Yeah.
that's the Electric Ballroom here in Camden, of course.
In Camden, yeah.
Great venue.
I remember seeing
Really
a
great venue.
Bombay Bicycle Club there. I lost my shoes in the mosh pit.
Yeah, it happened.
Oh no.
Yeah, I came out with no shoes.
At least you didn't come out with shards of glass in your feet.
No. That would be awful.
Mosh pit. So.
Is that what happened to you?
Oh no, but I mean, they get rowdy, right?
Yeah, they definitely do. No, luckily, some random person gave me their shoes.
Oh, so nice.
They had extra
Yeah, I
shoes, or
know,
they
it's
just
really
they just
lovely of
handed
them.
over their shoes.
No, they were just really nice and they had thick socks, so it was fine.
Wow. See how polite people are here in the UK. Don't you miss that, Gracie?
Oh,
Come
yeah,
back, come back.
definitely. That would never happen in America. Never. Who gives
Aw, I
each
mean,
other
we're
their
not
shoes?
polite, but we're pretty nice,
yeah, Americans are
you
pretty
know.
nice. Yeah, I think
Like,
definitely.
I know well, in the South, people are a little too polite. It's kind of annoying. They never really tell you
Well,
what they
you'd
mean.
hate it here then. Like
Like in
someone
New
bumps
York,
into
though,
Yeah, people are very
people are
direct. Yeah,
very,
we're very
yeah,
direct in New
direct.
York.
Yeah,
We hate
I
everybody in New
prefer
York.
that. I like to know what people are
I
thinking.
would love that. Yeah, me too. Me
Hmm.
too.
Yeah, New Yorkers were just like, you're an asshole. Everyone's an asshole. You're just a bigger asshole or less of one. It's not.
Yeah, but you never have to guess. You never have to like wonder if you've offended somebody or like people just say what they think.
Hmm.
It's right there, and it's pretty blunt usually. So
Yeah, in the South, everybody's like, "Oh, bless your heart," and I don't know. They just kind
Here
of.
it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, when they really mean to say like, fuck yourself.
is that what
Yeah, I
sorry
mean that's
means?
basically what "bless
That's
your
what
heart"
sorry
means.
means. Yeah.
Literally.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much. Great show. Thank you for
Thank
playing such
you.
lovely songs, and always a pleasure to have a chat. So thank you also for that. And
Thanks for
yeah,
having
Aw.
us.
just keep writing it out, and
Yeah.
look forward to hearing new music. Nice to see that you're both so productive and cranking out new songs. And thanks for
Yay.
sharing all those great new songs. So yeah, great evening. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Shake what your mother gave you.
You're getting the hang of the chatting thing. It's good. It's good. You're loosening up a little
Right?
bit.
There's such a
You don't
delay
listen up.
happening. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night. Signing off from Camden.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Cheers.
See you.